Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
To have my statements, my research, my work taken by a group of people and twisted to serve their evil aims, and then to have them behind the scenes trying to sabotage and block what we're doing, it's outrageous. And I have a responsibility to stand up against it and to resist it. And, you know, in my flesh, I'm like, look, I want to be successful. I could compromise. I could reach more people. I could go along with this. I could join these people. I've been offered, you know, to join the system many times and try to work through the system. No. We're gaining more stations and affiliates without selling out. And I'm glad I never have, because the truth is what matters. No, it's not good overall to sit there and go after these people. But back when the Democrats were opposing Bush, I said, you watch, when they get in power, they're going to be even worse. They're going to accelerate these programs. I told you a year and a half ago in the Obama deception, everything Obama would do. I told you his approval rating would go way down. I told you he'd be a one-term president unless they stage terror attacks. And now what's happened? And all these Democrats that hated me and got mad, they're finally waking up and going, you were right. And so what matters is that I put the facts on the line now. So some of you can disagree with me now, but later I want you to remember what I told you. I want you to be warned. I want you to understand, because News Corps is evil. News Corps and their TV shows and movies promotes global government, carbon taxes, and they admit they do. They promote the anti-gun agenda. They promote the Patriot Act. They promote it all, and it's designed for the American people. It's a bait and switch. And anything they are producing or putting out is done to just color themselves enough as patriots to sell you on going along with them. Same thing with Barack Obama, how he pitches towards the left. But there is nothing to deal with the left or the right. He's a global corporate puppet reading off a teleprompter. It's the science of betrayal. It's the science of getting your confidence. And it's so insincere when you watch these people. If you have any spiritual or psychological discernment, you could see right through it. Oberman, Beck, all of these people, they're playing a game. The only real hatred there is that they're competing with each other. And I have always taken the high road. I'm not in competition with these people. I'm in competition with corruption and evil. That's what I'm waging war against. But the system is positioning itself to control the left, control the right. There is a rebellion in Hollywood and in television. The majority of people have broken the paradigm. They love liberty. They're pro-gun, anti-vaccine. They know about eugenics. And there's a war in Hollywood to try to suppress a huge revolt at that level. So it's going on in the controlled left, the controlled right. It's going on in the media. It's happening everywhere. We're going to have courage, all of us individually, to stand up and to tell the truth and do the research it takes to understand how these sophisticated propaganda modes operate. Now, we've got Dick Gregory, civil rights icon, joining us. He's gone public for 9/11 Truth. Amazing information. And after he leaves us, remember Bloomberg a month ago? How every major insurance company has been caught basically stealing the insurance policies of dead veterans or disabled veterans from their families? And it turns out the Veterans Affairs, quote, made a secret deal with the major insurance companies to tell the troops to sign up with these agreements and to trick them and to steal their money. Veteran agency made secret deal over benefits. That'll give you an idea who runs this. They tell you core exit isn't bad for you in the Gulf. They tell you the dust on 9/11 isn't bad for you. They tell the troops DU isn't bad for them now. There's been a real shift. We've always had a corrupt government, but now it practices evil like a doctor practices medicine. And now Bill Gates admits the death panels are real and they're good. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
The ruling class, the social engineers, are here to divide and conquer us. They stage economic, military, and terror events like the Gulf of Tonkin to get us into Vietnam. And there's no doubt that if you study the 9/11 event, you know it's an inside job. I remember the Rand Corporation, PNAC with Dick Cheney, and countless others saying in 2000, 2001 that we need giant Pearl Harbor events. Zbigniew Brzezinski said the same thing. We need giant terror attacks to sell a domestic police state and a global empire for the corporations that own America. America was conquered a long time ago. And if we're not honest about this, we're not going to be able to fix it. And the Democratic Party's run by these banks. The Republican Party's run by these banks. But somebody who I've always seen who has incredible courage, who I've admired, frontline civil rights activists, beaten, arrested, with Martin Luther King, Dick Gregory. And I remember in the 80s and the 90s, he led the charge exposing CIA crack cocaine. Later got declassified, admitted in the 1996 CIA Inspector General hearings in Congress. I watched them on C-SPAN. I was on air by then. I covered it on the radio and TV. But they still come out in the media and say it's a conspiracy theory. Now on Fox News, this is coming up later in the next hour, they come on and say, yeah, we're growing the opium. What's the big deal? So they hide all this in plain view. They think you're stupid. And Dick Gregory has now put his major gravitas out there on the line again and is on a hunger strike for a real investigation of the controlled demolition of Tower 1, 2, and 7. And we don't just have the former German defense minister or the number 3 guy in the Japanese government going public, or thousands and thousands of engineers and physicists and scientists, or the police on video on CNN saying, get back, they're going to blow up Building 7. I mean, it's hidden in plain view. They count on you not having the courage to be able to admit this. And if they can get away with that, they'll get away with telling you core exit's not bad for you, the EPA and Obama in the Gulf, as people drop dead and get sick. Like they told you the dust wasn't bad for you on Ground Zero. It's not just they don't care about you, they like hurting you and then denying you medical care. It's the same thing with the depleted uranium, as I said before the break. You've got to really get it, how predatory and wicked these people are. And that our children and our society has no future if we don't say no. So Dick Gregory joins us for the rest of the hour. We're very, very honored to have the civil rights icon on with us today. And he says he's got some breaking news before we get into why he's going public for 9/11 Truth. Mr. Gregory, we salute your courage.
Thank you, my brother. Peace and love to you. And just let me say there's a whole lot of us out here that get trashed by the New York Times and the Washington Post. But as long as there's a brother and a human being like you that lifts us up, we say, well, I can't say what you really want to say, but the New York Times can do. But I've always said, if I could be born over again and name myself, you know what I name myself? Conspiracy theorist, Gregory. Because I've always felt that my truth don't have to be validated by somebody else's ignorance.
That's right, and when they use the term conspiracy theory, it's a label meaning don't listen to that guy.
Yes, well, the greatest conspiracy, see, a lot of people think conspiracy theories just started, but I go back to day one, and I'm a devout Christian, okay, whatever that means. And it's kind of funny, you can go all over the world and go to red light district, and you can recognize a prostitute by their demeanor. But if I don't tell you I'm a Christian, you don't know it. Got to be something wrong with that, right?
Absolutely.
But when I sit and I look at my Bible, and it says that in the beginning there was one person named Adam. Now, we're not talking about who made you. We're not talking about, Buddha, Muhammad, or Christ. This is one person created by the same force that created the universe. And one day he said to God, I am lonely. And when God didn't say, shut up, you can't be lonely, ain't nobody here but you, then that's when the conspiracy theory started. Once we let them get by with that. And then they told me, hey, we killed your Jesus on Friday, so I want you to call it a good day. So I call it Good Friday and don't have no problem with that. And so last night, a story broke out of Memphis yesterday. I didn't get it till late, and I've been up all night calling folks with radio and to announce last night. And for those of you that's listening, and Brother Joe, let me say to you, money is not power, education is not power, but information is power. And if I give you bad information, you have bad power. And that's what America, it wasn't that America started off. It's always handled it like that. We just beginning to see it now because of people like you and people who's willing to lay their life on the line to say, hey, this is what this is all about. Now, we got a hard job to do because if you look at the stats, America is 1/6 of the world's population, but we consume 94% of the world's hard drugs. That's not counting alcohol, nicotine, and caffeine. So when you realize what we got to work with, it is totally insane and crazy. And so again, I say thanks to you. The story that broke, it was an African American. Well, no, it was a Negro man. In the early days of the Civil Rights Movement, he was a photographer. And I tell those of you all that's listening that participate in Google, look this up so when you get off to finish the show. The Memphis, the number one morning paper in Memphis, the Memphis Appeal. The guy's name is Ernie Weathers. He have been documenting the civil rights movement. He's respected all over the world. And the story that broke yesterday is photographer Ernie Weathers doubled as FBI informant to spy on the civil rights movement. So when you think about the people have died